I think it's good. I mean, you saw that during Charlie's beautiful tribute. Elon came up. It's good with Elon. I like Elon. I've always liked Elon. Elon's good.
I've got to ask you, Kosher, I noticed that Donald Trump sat side by side with Elon Musk. Now, of course, they've had a very bitter public falling out in recent months, but they seemed very chummy again today. Perhaps Charlie Kirk, in his death has brought them back together. What do you think?
I think that's very astute. That picture definitely went viral. And as you said at the top of the segment, Anika, that we need some healing and unity. I think Elon Musk tweeted that photo out or retweeted it out later with the words "for Charlie." So I think he very explicitly was making a nod to that there is going to be that healing and unity. Somebody was quoting Ben Franklin, who famously said, we must hang together, else we will hang separately, because they do see this as a fight against evil and a very vicious fight that is yet to continue, respectfully but ferociously. And so it is nice to see if that's an example of two very powerful men who had that bitter falling out, and if they have indeed come back together and are joining hands, that's one positive outcome towards healing and unity.
Yeah, I agree. I actually think it was great to see them back together today.
On and off a little bit, yeah, very little, nothing much. Look, he's a nice guy, and he's a very capable guy. I've always liked him. He had a bad spell, he had a bad period, he had a bad moment. It was a stupid moment in his life, very stupid. I'm sure he'd tell you that.
To Elon Musk now, he wants to form a third political party. Trump has called that ridiculous. How is Musk's idea being received by Americans?
There's not a whole lot of hype around this idea, honestly, because the very announcement of the idea is off-putting to Trump's entire base, who will remain loyal to Trump no matter what. And leftists, they've already decided that they can't stand Elon, so they're not going to join his movement either. I've always thought Elon will be much better suited to try to influence the GOP from inside the party. In fact, I wrote for Sky News that these two men, Elon Musk and Donald Trump, really need to bury the hatchet for the good of the party and the country. They both bring something unique to the Republican Party, and it's a real shame that they have ended up in this spat. It really threatens to fracture the GOP. But right now, what we're seeing with this announcement from Musk is the strength of Trump's support in relation to Musk's. You have, some people who are online, the very online young people who love Elon Musk. Some of those people would probably support a third party, but by and large, most Republicans are sticking with Trump.
I like Elon, and I suspect I'll always like him.
Now to President Trump, who has set a sizzling pace in Asia. Within hours of touching down, he had signed 4 trade deals, met regional leaders, met the Brazilian president, and presided over a historic peace deal between Thailand and Cambodia. But before all that, he unveiled some new dance moves. It's superb. It's superb. I'm loving the group. Gab, dance with me. Don't leave me hanging.
Oh, Rita, if I have
Gab
to,
power.
I've got to do it together. This is the first time I've done the Trump dance on air. I've been holding off for some time, but on your show, I'll bust out the moves.
I love it. I love it. Gabriella Power, fantastic to have you, host of Power Hour on Sky News Australia's digital platforms. The president is getting it done in Asia. The US and China have also agreed to a framework for a trade deal, with Donald Trump expected to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping this Thursday.
Yeah, that's right, Rita. And just on Donald Trump's dance moves, isn't it refreshing to have a president that is full of life, that is energetic, that's high energy, who is entertaining on the world stage, especially after the past several years of Joe Biden, who was just embarrassing on the world stage, falling up and down the stairs. But Donald Trump, you know, busting out iconic moves. But as you say, he's getting it done. He is expected to meet with China's president later in the week, and the US and China have agreed to a framework trade deal at this stage, which means it's likely that China will be able to avoid the 100% tariff. So that is the art of the deal playing out. We will, of course, watch this space very closely. But as you say, Donald Trump, he's been non-stop. He's been signing off on that historic peace agreement between Cambodia and Thailand. He's been signing trade deals with Cambodia, Thailand and Malaysia. And this is just at the very beginning of his tour.
And no one can keep up with him. I was listening to an interview with Caitlin Collins from CNN, no fan of Donald Trump, it must be said, but she was saying that on these overseas assignments, no one can sleep because he doesn't sleep. He just keeps going.
Yeah, the reporters
they're
are struggling
expected
to
to work
keep up with him.
Around the clock. They're
Very
struggling to keep
pace.
up with him.